Hey guys, so today we're going to be painting this bluebird, and here's the underdrawing and here's the reference photo. I wanted to share with you some footage of a bluebird box in my backyard, and if you don't want to see all the footage you can skip ahead to the painting, and I'll try to put some chapters in here in the next day or so, so you can skip ahead. But this bluebird box inspired me to paint a bluebird, and there were a couple of bluebirds that were tending to their nest, and here's some of the footage that I got. So I hope you enjoy it. It was actually really difficult for me to capture this footage. The birds, they are kind of skittish of humans, but I would try to catch it when I could. And I've got some more footage at the very end of the video after the painting if you're interested, if you like bird watching like I do. But here's the couple. They're both sitting on the branch together, which was rare for me to capture them together, but they do like to take turns to feed the babies. And depending how the lighting is, sometimes you can't even tell that they're bluebirds. They almost look black, but I did get a few shots where it picked up the really pretty vibrant blue. So the colors are sky blue, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, black, white, and a little bit of yellow ochre for the beak. And I did a live stream video, and it was my first live stream video, and I couldn't get the lighting right. And I know you just saw me hold my palette up and also my iPad to try to show you the reference photo, but the lighting was either too dark or it would get too bright when I turned my lamp on. And about 5 minutes in, I think is when the lighting gets better. I had my husband help me. We basically took another lamp and pointed it up towards the ceiling, and it created more light in the room and kind of diffused the light. But yeah, I took my burnt sienna and put some on the branch and on the breast of the bird, and I took some white and mixed it with the burnt sienna. And now I'm going in with my two blues. I have the ultramarine blue, the darker blue, and this other color. It's just called sky blue, and it's an acrylic tube. I think it might be Master's Touch. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm just looking around the painting and moving the same color around wherever I see it. And, I used black with some white. It looks like for the beak and the feet, some of the black on the branch. The bird has a black eye. Well, not a black eye, but a black eyeball, I should say. And then I was just taking white mixed with some ultramarine and cutting in around the bird to build up the layers. And I should mention that he also has some white on his underbelly, and I mixed it with some black to put in some indication of a gray shadow, and right where the leg is nestled into the feathers, there's a bit of shadow there. Okay, so this is where we finally fixed the lighting, and I recorded this with my webcam as well, and I also downloaded some software that was on my computer that I've never used before, and I had the worst time trying to edit this video, and it didn't seem like I was going to be able to get this video put out. So I finally took all the footage and emailed clips to myself so that I could do it on my phone with my tried and true app that I use to edit. And it's just so much easier doing it from my phone. But everything I tried to do on the PC just wasn't working out. Like, I tried to superimpose my Bluebird footage up in the corner so, you know, it would make the video not last as long. And when I did that, it kept trying to transform it and make it skewed, and I just kept having these gaps in my footage, and I couldn't pull the clip to the other clip. Sometimes I could, sometimes I couldn't. And I apologize if there's any glitches in this video, because what I ended up doing with that PC software is speeding up the footage and muting the audio before I emailed this to myself. I was just trying to make the file size smaller, but see, I keep seeing these little lines going through the screen, which never happens when I do it the other way. So I think something got lost in translation somewhere. But it was a very frustrating experience, and I'm so glad to be editing on my phone again. So I think at some point when I was painting on this branch here, I just stopped looking at my reference photo and just started trying to make color variation look like different types of bark. And I like how the colors in the bird match the colors in the branch. So yeah, my webcam was kind of tricky trying to figure out the lighting situation, but the lighting finally ended up looking pretty good. It was kind of a push and pull between the feather colors, just trying to make it look like layers of feathers, and I sort of made him into kind of a fluffier kind of bluebird. But I like all the color variations. I'm just putting a little bit of highlight on the beak. He had a lot of sky, I think, reflecting on his beak and his fur. So I'll try to put more highlights on the fur. I shouldn't call it fur, it's feathers, right? So we had another bird that landed on our birdhouse, and I don't know if he pecked a hole in it or if it was just old and weathered, but it ended up having a hole, and I had to scare this bird away. And I had my husband go out there, and he had to take a license plate and bend it into like a right angle and just put it over top of the roof just to cover that hole. So these bird boxes are really, really old in our backyard, and so I think we'll have to do some maintenance on them this winter as soon as the birds stop laying eggs in them. And I just wanted to mention I have these red splotches on my hand, and that is where grease popped up and got me from the skillet when I was cooking one day. I know it looks bad, so I apologize about that. it actually looks better than it did. It had a big old scab and a blister, so it's finally starting to heal up. So I do have a website now, and I think I'm going to start listing my paintings for sale on my website, and so I will link that in the description in a day or two probably. So if you are interested in purchasing this painting, you can head over to my website. Thank you. So I'm just gonna finish this painting up in a couple more minutes and put some music on for the rest of the video, and there is additional Bluebird footage at the end if you are interested. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you. Also, before I forget, if you would like to see the first portion of this video that is not time-lapsed, I did do a live stream that is slowed down to normal speed, and so you can head to my channel and look under the live stream tab. Thank you.